Yo, what's up, Alluvial? What's up, Mozzarella? What's up, guys? There you go. What's up, Picky? Yo, Alluvial, thanks for the 16, man. Thanks a lot. Thank you so much again. You just got home from work. Yeah, that's always a good feeling. Okay, check this out, guys. Today, we're gonna try our Stance Colossals bleed again, but not the Crushers. Like, Vale told me he was using double Golem. So we're gonna try double Golem Halberd um, with the bleed infusion. So like this. Oh, not that. Oh. At least you can see something now. Yeah, I mean, I think the thing that I thought was the most interesting for Vale's argument for using those instead of Golem is that because I don't change my stats to optimize the Crushers, he's able to use these without having to equip the Strength Alley. That frees him a slot, and he uses the Bloodlust Alley instead. So I think we can make up that damage, basically. And I mean, we get more defense on top of that. Well, it's definitely not a bad trade-off. Question is, though, can I... No, I can't do that. Wonder if we can get, like, something cool. This isn't cooler, but... Wonder if it's really worth it. Oh, maybe Vare's mask. What? Dude, let's go Vare's mask. Let's commit. Get rid of this. There you go. There. Like that. I look like a PvEer now all of a sudden. Well, this should be interesting, that's for sure. You just got home from a date with the most beautiful woman you've ever seen. You're in love. Time to invade some new... Okay, time to invade some noob and relax. There you go, man. That's what I'm talking about. That's what I like to hear. How did it go, though? How did the date go? I mean, the whole chat wants to know now. Now that the cat's out of the bag. I think Nightreign is popping. She's from Belarus, as tall as me. You're a professional dancer and AC? Acrobat? Pilates teacher? Is that you or her? I didn't know you were a professional dancer. No wonder you bet on UFC fights. Just joking. There's actually no relationship or correlation whatsoever. You get oh, okay, no, she's a professional dancer. Never mind. Okay, never mind. I misread that. I thought you were a professional dancer, Mozzarella. Telling me you're a professional dancer is dangerous game. Some things just don't change. It's definitely aimed at me, yep. Interesting. Okay, so our AR goes as far as the Giant Crusher once our bleed buff kicks in, basically. That's what it looks like. So we get the equivalent of Giant Crusher, but only when we get a bleed proc. AKA, the Giant Crusher setup is just better, I think. But I want to note, does Golem Power Stench Cross L1 does pierce damage? No, I don't think so. Is this any different from Dual Gogs? From Dual Gogs, yes. Big time. But I think Giant Crusher is better. What about the range difference? Yeah, that's the other factor. Like, I'm gonna need to play a little bit with them to see if it's felt, you know what I mean? Because, you know, range on paper is one thing, but like range on the spreadsheet is always different with the range compared to the actual animation. Like some animations lend themselves for the range to matter more, basically. For this girl, you're leveling up your endurance. So, what are you gonna do when she asks you to dance? Are you gonna dance back? Are you gonna learn how to dance now? Oh, that was quick. Okay, no, it does get higher than Crusher. But it's very brief. Very brief. You're no professional dancer, but you have some moves. Hey, Mozzarella, you started that, alright? Now I'm not gonna let you go. What types of move? Also, like, did you tell me how the date actually... How did it go? Did you actually tell me? No, you didn't, actually. Yeah, you need to tell me how the date went. And the dance jokes are great and all, but that's what we care about. Any reason you stay at 125, or is it a self-level limitation? That's actually a very good question, because in some way it is a limitation, because the way this game is set up, basically, in order to make a build, you need to sacrifice a certain stat in order to put it elsewhere. But the problem is that this game lets you level up infinitely until you reach 99 in every stat, thus defeating the purpose of build making. So if you want to enjoy the build making aspect of the game, you have to put a limitation on yourself at some point in order to be able to appreciate it. Now, it's going to be up to each and everyone's preference. Like, some people prefer, you know, like 90, some people prefer 150, some prefer 200. I'm of the argument that I don't think there's really any build above 200. Under that, I think you could make a case for it, but above 200, build making doesn't really exist because you have access to so many points that you can make pretty much anything. So that's why I think it's important to, like, have a limit that's under that. Now, again, it's up to you where you want to put that limit. For me, the reason why 125, for the most part, it's because that's what, that's the level tournaments are played at. So it's like the level that's like agreed upon throughout the Souls games life cycles and like other Souls games where tournaments are played at. But that's really about it. But I mean, if you don't like it, you don't need to follow it. It's just how I see it. Good question. No. I guess gonna be painful with Omi BHB there. I would get headshot. Getting headshotted. And these PvEers are like, you can't have fun with random weapons. These PvEers are all like fucking ready with everything. Insane game. Is Stone Club decent in Invasion? Yeah, Stone Club is decent in Invasion. It's a good weapon, like, overall. But even in Invasion against multiple people, like, the Ipe Armor and the speed comes in very handy. I knew this girl for 3 weeks. We never managed to have our schedule to coincide. You rented an Airbnb next to the ocean. Oh my god, you cooked some pasta with shrimp, champagne, a small gift, earrings, and a lot of sex. Just got back from weekend. You wish this to everyone. Let's fucking go, dude. Thanks for sharing that, man. I honestly, like, I love to hear that. I genuinely, like, that puts, like, a huge fucking smile on my face. Really happy for you, dude. That's a great fucking... That's some great news. See, like, these guys were also cooking pasta and shrimp. I think it was lobster, though, in their case. Lots of sex, you'll just take the shrimp. Typical mongoose. Arambe X Arambe. Yo, Arambe, how you doing, man? Oh shit, you changed your name. I thought that was another account. You actually changed your your name. Thanks for the 58 months, bro. Welcome back. How's it going, man? Been a while, glad to see I'm still at it. Well, I don't know if it's a good thing or a bad thing, but you know, I think the goal is just to stay around until the next thing, right? I'm a lot more laid back now though, like with Elden Ring and the whole streaming thing. So I think generally speaking, like the last few months streaming this game have been a lot more chill. Do you think the new leaked from software game is? Honestly, I have no info, so doesn't matter what I say. It's not gonna mean anything. Like, I don't know what they're making. It could be anything, honestly. Like, as much as people are speculating, no one really has any idea. The little block pump was like kind of laggy. I think he like skipped his end. Yeah, he skipped a little bit. I thought he was attacking me. There you go. Yeah, guys, the crushers are better. The crushers are a lot better here. Like, the range difference is definitely not as noticeable as you'd think it would be. You really hope the next one's more balanced? Let's start by hoping the next one actually have proper PvP. Because as far as I'm concerned, it could be like fucking Sekiro 2 or some shit like that, you know? Could be another Armored Core, could be another Sekiro. Could be another Dark Souls, you know? Dark Souls 4 is possible too, who knows? Dark Souls 4 would probably be the best case scenario, or like some sort of Kingsfield spiritual successor. Something like that. But Gollum have better vision? That's true though. That's very true. You can actually see in front of you with those. Yeah, exactly like Chirko. Even if it's another Souls game, we won't know if it has PvP or not. Yeah, Kingsfield successor would be fucking amazing. 100% visibility that makes you lean Gollum. I think that, like, the Gollum Colossals, like these, I think they look cool, though. I don't really like the stance, like, you know, the way you hold them, like, asymmetrically. But, that aside, the weapon itself looks pretty cool. Like, carrying one, I think, looks pretty cool. So, I mean, granted, the look of the weapon doesn't really matter when I'm wearing this, but let's say when Tarnished Edition drops, and I finally change my armor for something that's fashionable, maybe, maybe we're gonna start to lean toward, like, cool-looking weapons. When the fuck is the update coming to Elden Ring? I mean, I've been asked that a few times already, but speculated that it's going to be holidays. I think that's what makes the most sense, and so far, that's what it seems like what's going on. Seems like we're heading for holidays. Oh shit. Scary. Oh, I got some reinforcements. I wonder if there would be like a better option than to get your damage boosted on bleed proc. But so far that boost doesn't really last long. Is there going to be another DLC after this update? Well, the way it's laid out right now, the Tarnished Edition, aka the Switch 2 version of Elden Ring, is likely coming up. Like, they're probably gonna, like, showcase it, announce it, or release it around September, likely. Firekeeper told me that he heard some rumors about September on top of that, so that lines up with the logical, like, holiday release. Because, you know, you have to keep in mind, holidays, always a good moment to sell games. And then you also have to keep in mind that FromSoft wants, or like any video game studio really, they want to stagger their releases for their games. Like, no matter what it is, even if it's a remake or a re-release or a new version, they always want to have something lined up for the near future. So, like, we had Nightreign recently, we're gonna have Duskblood at some point. So, the logical step would be to have, like, Tarnished Edition lined up between some of these releases so that sales don't cannibalize each other. That's likely what they're gonna do. Now, when it comes to your question, like, what about the update? Well, Tarnished Edition is a new version of Elden Ring that's going to have, like, 4 new armors, 4 new weapons, and, you know, a few horse skins. That's all we know. But they consider it a DLC because they're gonna release that as an update. Or as a DLC. I don't know if it's gonna be paid or not. For all the other platforms. Now that looks like it's going to be the last content for Elden Ring, if you ask me, but I don't think there's any confirmation of that anywhere, but I think that's a fair guess. I think after that, you're probably looking at like whatever FromSoft is working next, like for the big game, you know. Yeah, new starting class probably have better stats than Vagabond. I hope they do, dude. I hope like it just shakes up everything and everyone is just forced to remake builds. I would actually like that. You know, it's just a matter of keeping the game fresh and everything. Interesting. Not sure where the host is. Try to respawn. Oh. I guess I heard that one of the horse skin was going to be Sonic. I think it's gonna be perfect for you. Killed by Batman. Let's go. Are we gonna get a thank you for your support? There will be no more update. I don't know if they'll ever do that. If Tarnished Edition is not substantial, it's over for us. I don't think it's gonna be substantial. It's probably gonna give a little bit more activity for this game. I don't think it's over. Like, you know, no game is indefinite. After Elden Ring, it's gonna be something else. Let's just hope that FromSoft still has some love for the PvP crowd. That's the only thing I'm worried about. With all the Redditors complaining about PvP, you know, the success of Nightreign. You know. It seems like FromSoft is getting away with doing multiplayer without PvP, basically. Just like Monster Hunter. And I think the people that actually work at FromSoft are probably in that camp, too. Could be wrong on that, but that's what it seems like. That's really the only thing I'm worried about for FromSoft. It's like that they kick back, PvP aside. There will be lots of new Nintendo players to make YouTube videos for. That will fade quickly. Can someone explain how you could create some distance in an invasion? I feel like I can never get away or heal or anything. Yeah, honestly, I think the way you need to look at invasions is either you quote-unquote go for fun, which means that, you know, you just play with whatever you want to play with on that given day, or you have to give yourself, you know, a little bit of a... You have to accept the realities that are invasions, which are that it's highly dependent on your setup and your abilities. So basically what I'm about to say is you need to have something that's focused on defense as far as your Ash of War is concerned, which means that if you're not acute to like swapping or stuff like that, you want to have like maybe a weapon that you can soft swap to that has Bloodhound Step, a weapon that has Ender, or maybe even put it on your main weapon setup so that you have a way to escape, because BHS and Ender are almost mandatory for invasions. I can get away with not playing with them all the time, but one invasion here and there, it's gonna come and bite me in the ass, even with all the experience I have. You always want to have like some sort of defensive Ash that you can rely on. Interesting. When Duskblood inevitably performs badly due to being on a console no one can afford, they'll blame the failure of the PvP rather than the exclusivity. Yeah, Drag, you know, I wonder if there's someone at FromSoft that hates PvP and are like setting up a PvP game to fail. Because that's almost what it looks like, really. Because Duskblood is a terrible idea from like a strategy point of, like a business strategy point of view. Like, you know, the PvP audience for these games exists, but it's niche, and you're gonna need to foster the interest by like bringing people in with, like, you know, with the magic that you're used to doing with your games. Basically, you know, making a good PvP, making some interesting stuff. But if you're already limiting the people who will be able to access the PvP, then surely, like, that's not gonna grab the interest of people who like PvE either, because it doesn't have both. Like, the way you get a successful PvP game, if you're FromSoft, is you have a mixed PvE PvP game, just like you've always been doing. You don't shove it into people's face or like force it, but you have it so that it's interesting enough so that people are compelled to try it out of their own volition. Go up. I don't know if you guys noticed, but you know, when he went on the elevator, his spell was like staying. The effect for his spell was staying in the air while the elevator was going down, so I was basically safe. What would be a funny turn of event is like if FromSoft's PvP actually, if they actually try hard for Duskblood, you know, and it's like a successful game, like gameplay wise, you know, it's interesting, and it like grabs the attention of like the fucking Smash Bro community or something like that, and you have like the whole fucking Nintendo like Smash Bro community like migrating from Smash to like fucking Duskblood. That would definitely be something. Dude, by the time I kill this guy and go to the host, the other guy's gonna get summoned already. Oh, come on. It's like barely had time to do anything. Like, we barely had time to kill the host. We did it as quickly as we could, and the summon came back like right away. It was that was close. How much arcane am I running? 7. Where is it? Look at that, 7 fucking arcane. Like, the thing with fucking Colossal with Bleed Infusion is that they perform better on strength. Because the damage scale's better, and the bleed buildup is already so high, even with minimum arcane, that you don't really need to invest in arcane. Of course, if you just level every stat, you know, you're gonna be doing insane damage if you level both, but granted that you're limited in your stat allocation, you don't need it to put any arcane. Having Arcane before that doesn't increase build up much. I think you want Arcane for stuff that scales with Arcane for the most part. Like there's like a few specific weapons that have like Arcane scaling, like the Poison Fist. That's a good example. Yo, what's up, baby turtle? Is the Man Serpent Hatchet the string builds Cartouche Hotel? No, Man Serpent Hatchet is bad in Dark Souls 3. Dark Souls 3 isn't as generous as Elden Ring is with off-meta weapons, in a sense that it's going to be very hard to make a weapon that's not good like work against someone of similar caliber than you. Like you're gonna have to work extremely hard and play perfect for a long duration. Man Serpent Hatchet simply does not have anything to be worth using in Dark Souls 3, unfortunately. You're better off using either a deep infused Cartouche Hotel or a heavy infused one. If you're fighting a shield, deep is going to do more damage. If you're not fighting a shield, then, you know, a physical infusion would bundle. It's funny that I'm still answering Dark Souls 3 questions fucking years later. Like, I haven't touched Dark Souls 3 in like over 2 years. Kind of funny. I wonder if he's even there. Deep, not dark? No, deep. If you're on strength, it's deep. Oh, he's not even there. Oh no, he's there. Okay, well, whatever. Just move on to the next invasion. How much AR do you have without bleed buff? I mean, just for the record, I actually think double bleed crusher is like significantly better than this. Like, so far from what I'm seeing, like, yes, yes, this works, but you see a lot more damage with crusher. And the damage here, oops. Look at the damage, 607. That's not nearly as much as what crusher give you. Like, if we just like stop here for a second, technically, I would need strength helmet, but like, look at the damage difference: 639 versus 712. It's pretty significant. But I wanted to give it a shot, so like the trade-off is obviously the golem ones are lighter. So with lighter weapons, you can afford to like free up one talisman slot. And freeing up that talisman slot, we're using Lords of Blood Exaltation. And so the damage, once the bleed proc kicks in, you get basically same damage as the Crushers. But that's only for a small duration, and only after you get the bleed proc. So it's definitely not ideal. And you also have to keep in mind, you don't do nearly as much stamina damage as with the Crushers. They do not block the screen, unlike the Crushers, so that's huge, and they have more range. So it's not like Crushers are better across the board, but for the most part, what you care about when you're invading is really damage, and the ability to like 3-shot someone is way more valuable than anything else. And like an easier 2-shot as well. I think they went down. Yeah. But, you know, that's what we're doing. We're invading with these. We're trying it out. We wouldn't know the difference between the two if we didn't try it. So we're trying this one out. Careful, Moonveil. Yeah, we don't have a choice but to go down here. Oh, fuck. Oh, the fucking sleep grenade coming in handy here. Okay, he's gonna fog wall, but... There you go. Woo! Dude, we clutched that. That was such a bad spot. I got way too greedy going down there. Those sleep bots were so good, though. Like, that was clearly the play here. I think we were dying, like, no matter what we did, if we were not doing sleep bots. Because, like, for instance, in this particular invasion, we, like, tree-shot most of them. Or we tree-shot both of them. But I think they were in the range of getting two-shot if we had Giant Crusher instead. So, you know, just for reference, like, being able to, like, hit with one less hits, or one less hit makes a big difference. Okay, let's remove this. And let's put this. Bunkers were asked for so long, but in the end they became meta. Yeah, definitely. It definitely feels like, you know, invasion and dueling meta are different. Like, sometimes, like, have people wondering, like, why I say that X or Y is good or bad. That's usually because they're thinking for 1v1. And when it comes to invasion, the qualities that you look for in a weapon are different. Whether you're invading or doing 1v1. Like, off-meta weapons in 1v1, like, there's a broader range of usable ones, whereas in invasion, you're really limited in burst damage weapons. Even if the weapons are not, like, as fast or as good with the roll catch and everything, for the most part, you're looking for burst damage. Well, these guys again. I thought these spots were enemies for a sec. First of all, I thought they were up there. And then I thought the pots were the fucking enemies. Got confused there for a second. Great game. How do you enjoy this game? I don't. I just play it because I have to. There you go. We got Tommy here.
Hey.
These guys are pretty chill. They usually wait for a teammate so we can do twos. Like 2v2s. When someone else comes in there, we're gonna basically like fight them with the teammate. Have you ever thought of taking viewer clips and critiquing gameplay? Like talk about what they could do better? Um, it's one thing to say I've thought about it, but I never was interested though. Alright, let's do this. Oh, stairs. Scary. What's scary is, there you go. Do that. Problem is stairs nullify spacing, because spacing is not really consistent on stairs. Close fight. Like, just that fight, for instance, with that guy. Normally, it's a 3-shot battle. But that fight was like a 5 or 6-shot battle. For crouch attack, I mean. Because normally, it's 3-shot with the crushers. So that just goes to show that crushers are a lot better than this. Are you allowed to heal mid-fight? No, you're not allowed to heal with an Estus, but like what I did there is my physic has the heal near death, so does his, like so did his. And so like to trigger it, my HP was like just barely like high enough to not trigger it. So what I did to trigger it was to equip Crimson Ember Medallion, which increases my potential HP. And so that made my HP be under 20%, so that kicked in the heal near death, basically. It's a little trick that's useful to do when you're near death, but just not enough for the tier to kick in. Kind of fuck that up. Man, I need a swap here. Oh, great game. Yeah, one thing that I definitely miss is, like, when I play with these quote-unquote fun setups, my inventory's not set up for them, so I have no swap available. And, like, for this guy, I would have liked to be able to swap the dagger to finish him off, but I didn't have that swap available, and the fastest weapon that I had near it was, like, Kestis, and it was still buried deep. Usually if I don't address a comment, it's usually because it's not worth replying to, you know? Have you tried the PS Only chicken leg? Yes. I think chicken leg is probably better than this, honestly. I think Power Stand chicken leg is better than this because... Well, actually, I mean, the thing is, you want that bleed, but I think Power Stand chicken leg, like, outweigh it because of the damage. think we can go to them. We're gonna have to wait for them, I think. I don't even know if it's worth waiting here. I think they should be close. Isn't the only reason for chicken leg the R2? The reason for chicken leg is that basically Great Club is very light and does lots of damage. It's basically like the most stat efficient Colossal for the amount of damage it does. It's just a very good Colossal to use overall. Like, look at the weight difference. This is 21.5, this is 26.5, this one is 17. That's not a lot. It's just very efficient. Also, even if I want to go toward them, like, they need to drop here. Otherwise, I can't reach them. And if I respawn, I lose my tier. Which I'm gonna do anyway, because I'm tired of waiting. Okay, there's one here at least. Like, these guys basically could have been killed with one less crouch attack with Crushers. Which, we're gonna put that to the test right now. Let's swap the Crushers. And we have a lot of low IQ individuals today. Jesus Christ. They're just desperate for attention and shit. Alright. Should be good. There you go. Yeah, just YouTube being YouTube. It's always a mixed bag on YouTube. Like, you get normal people, but you get some extremely low IQ folks sometimes. Yeah, exactly, Chirico. Okay, let's see the damage difference, how much it's felt. With the crushers. And jump here. Maybe here. Oh, I think I would have been fine. It's a step jump. Insane game. Not a tree shot. He barely survived it, but he survived it. The thing about Twitch versus YouTube is I can put some restriction for like who can watch and comment on the YouTube chat, or sorry, on the Twitch chat, whereas with YouTube it's like anyone new just comes in here and writes whatever the fuck they want with no like consequences really. Until they, until they get banned. Actually curious to try this in 1v1. See how it does. I just cancelled my shit. Pretty close, honestly. Oh, AZ, absolutely, dude. Like, everyone has their, like, preferences for platform. The whole point of streaming on YouTube is to, like, facilitate, like, more people watching, of course. So, don't feel bad for being on one platform. I'm just saying, usually it's like I get basically more randos coming from one side than the other. That's basically what I'm saying. But, that's always a few people. They don't account for the majority. think we got the wrong spawn. I think they're up top. I think they're still up. Nope. Never mind. They're not up top. Got a bow and spells. Or spells and bow and spells. Not my turn yet, guys. Not my turn. Just so much spam, dude. Well, I got one shot. That may have hit 3 times. Yeah, it did. Spammering. Yeah, I mean, I'm not even like, you can't even be mad at that. Like, it's just, it's more like it makes you not want to play more than being mad. Best holy chicken legs. All right. You want 2 or 1? Thanks for the bits, by the way, Humble. Let's see if I got another one. Wait. Oh, there it is. Never mind. Power stand, sorry. Okay, I can 2-tick to get Kestis finisher. Okay, we can get our defense up a little bit. We get some significant return, though, from this helmet. I don't know what is the right play here for the helmet. Oh, I know what it is. Oh, that's right. This one actually doesn't give. Well, I don't know. Oh, it's these griefers again. Okay, well, let's gear up for this one. Oh, we got a teammate though. Alright. See what we can do. Move out. Teammate died by the cheese. They always do that, dude. They camp in one spot and they just use the no friendly fire advantage to just spam some shit. And they don't get tired of it and they DC when they're about to die. Oh man. I can't with some of these people. I will never understand them. The DC guys. DC, there you go. Bro. The mental. The outplay and then the mental. Insane. Oh, good shit, teammate. Good pressure. Bro, this shit, man. They always do that. That's the crazy part. They've been doing that for like over a year. Like, I'm not even joking. Holy, this guy is so tanky. Oh, because I don't have the stats. Didn't know there was a blue in there. Forgot I can't jump here. Elevation limit. Alright, let's kill him. Let's go back to what we were supposed to do with this here. What's my ash? Oh, BHS, that's good. Okay. So 2 ticks and I can BHS out. DS3 you could lose at least. Well, 3v1 not really. Like, you know, being gankers obviously, but you could get a teammate and then 3v2 and then lose though. You can't have that in Elden Ring. That's the issue. It's like if you were ganking in Dark Souls 3 and it was a 3v1 for you, you were not gonna lose, but if you were not able to kill the single invader, you was gonna get a teammate. And then in a 3v2, like, if you get separated, one guy gets a 1v1, one guy gets a 2v1. The guy that gets the 1v1, the invader, I mean, is gonna kill the ganker. That was the way to win, like, 3v1 invasions in Dark Souls 3. So you survive until you get another teammate, and then the guy that that is in a 2v1 needs to survive again, and then the guy in a 1v1 needs to win his 1v1, and then rinse and repeat. And so when the gankers would lose that person, they would run back and resummon them. And then same way, like, you know, if the invader died, then the invader would run away and try to survive until another invader came along. That was kind of the dynamic. Here in this game, it's like you don't really get the privilege of getting a teammate unless your enemies allow you. Like basically, if you get chill people, they'll leave the tongue because they want some challenge or whatever. But if you get like people that really want to win at all costs, there's nothing you can do to stop them. The only thing you can do is like leave the invasion because it's pointless. Dricus versus Kamzat. Kamzat mops Dricus, man. All Kamzat, dude. That's what I think. I think Kamzat is gonna make quick work of Dricus. I do not like Dricus. He's like such a clumsy champ. Like I feel like he's purely being champion right now out of like physical attribute. Like he has like tremendous endurance, lots of size. But when it comes to technique, like he's beaten people that are way better than him. He has Toon Force? Yeah, basically. But I wouldn't be surprised if Chimaev just pounces on him right from the get-go and just finishes him just like everyone else. Yo, Firekeeper, thank you so much for the 10 gifted subs again, man. Thank you so much again, Firekeeper. Holy shit, dude. Really appreciate that, man. Shimaya's biggest op is his health, sadly. I'm not really aware of, like, how his health is or whatever. I mean, if he's not 100%, I mean, for sure, like... That's always a big factor. Oh, wow. We were not close to them at all. They were all the way up here. That's crazy. So he's stalling like his life depends on it. Good fight. Where is enemy? He's coming. The boss is like waiting. This could end like every other time that I fight here, and the boss knocks me off instead of the host. So I'm not getting near that fucking ledge, dude. Yeah. The winning condition here is to just not get killed by the boss. That's basically what it comes down to. You see Holy can one-shot, but see Humble, it's like... We've already tested the damage for like comparing these versus Heavy Crushers. Heavy Crushers does more damage. And bleed crushers is better because you can pretty much 3-shot anyone. Whereas if you go for pure damage, you're not gonna be able to 3-shot like full tryhard, like gear, armor, everything. Like the reason why the bleed is so good with these is that you fight like someone that's like has his physic active and everything, you can skip it. That's what's cool about the bleed. You can skip the physic. You hate this boss? Yeah, I'm not a big fan either. You think unique rewards should be given to PvP players for future titles? I don't know about unique rewards. Like, I don't mind having the rewards not be unique, but they definitely need some sort of reward, like currency. They need an economy. Like, we need an economy behind playing the PvP, because there's none right now. I don't have the bowl, guys. Exchange win currency for consumables, for example. Yeah, there you go. Like, you know how like you use like golem arrows and they're very hard to get. Well, if you had a way to purchase them via the like some sort of PvP currency, that would be useful. You know, that would give some incentive for build making and everything. You could buy like, you know, Titanite slabs. Basically anything you want for creating builds. If you could buy the stuff from doing PvP, that'd be nice. I know I don't have the stats, but all you need is really just a push. I don't know why he was standing there, though. Yo, Castle, how you doing, bro? Castle, do you think McDavid's gonna become a Toronto Maple Leaf? He's not coming back to the Oilers, man. Or do you think McDavid is gonna betray you guys and become a Hab? Imagine if you could carry 99 Golem Arrow. Honestly, you rarely go past like 30 Golem Arrows. For Oilers, man. I was rooting for the Oilers fucking the last two finals. Honestly, Draisaitl and McDavid didn't even let me down, dude. It's the fucking... Their goalies are so, like... They're so... Honestly, they're so bad. Like, seriously. The Oilers have such fucking terrible goaltending. And their defense is definitely not great either. Yo, Castle, thanks for the Prime resub. I mean, he was born in Toronto and he's a fan, so maybe. I actually think there's a legit chance that McDavid actually goes to Toronto. There's definitely a legit chance. Because I think the problem... Like, here's what I think will happen, okay? Like, you know, NHL talk real quick. Everyone in the Oilers have taken... Like, everyone, I mean, like, Draisaitl, like, Bouchard... Like, all of them have taken, like, the big contract, like, the high-paying contract. And there's no, like, team-friendly contract there. And the management is not great either. So, I think he's going to stay for this season. But if there's any sort of regression, I don't think he's going to sign back with the Oilers. And I think he'll take a team-friendly deal for either Toronto or Montreal. That's what I think. And why Montreal? Because Montreal kind of has a better future than these other teams. And everyone in Montreal has a team-friendly contract. And I think McDavid will want to go on a Canadian team with a team-friendly contract. I think that's what's going to happen. And he'll probably want to, like, have a team that has a legit chance at the Cup. And you need team-friendly contracts for that. You can't have, like, fucking Bouchard and Draisaitl, like, take all the money from, you know, from the pool. That's my NHL speculation. But If the Oilers remake the fucking final again, I could see him like re-signing for with the Oilers. If they make the final like again. Your buddy from Toronto calls the Leaf the Cowboys of the NHL. I mean, the Leaf have like such a stacked team, yet they underperform every time in the playoff, which is unfortunate for their fans. But technically, they have like a very good team. Oh, we got Hans back though. We take that. Much damage? A lot. A lot, but we're good. The Leaf haven't won a Stanley Cup in 70 years now. That's... I didn't know it was 70 years, bro. What the fuck? Bro, Castle, that's nuts, man. Alright, Muda, take care, bro. Take it easy, man. Bro, 70 years. That's crazy. I mean, Habs have not won in like 30 years, but they went to the final like recently, I think in 2021. I mean, let's be real, they got carried by Price, but still. Where could he be? People have grown and died without seeing the Leaf lift. Yeah. Oh, I just saw the indicator real quick. Okay, I don't think we're in the right spot. Could he be like above? Like here? I mean, he's not even close, I think. Tell him, Castle. You uncultured fraud, dude. Tell him. Oh my god. Bro, where are they? Are they like above the spawn, that like one spot that you can't reach for shit? Maybe you can reach it. What the fuck, man? I thought we were having a good time here. I forgot how do you get back up there. You need to go from here. I think you do, right? You uncultured fraud, dude. That's funny. Whoa, scary. Yee. What are we doing? I don't even know, like, if we can reach them at all. Gang up on the 139 player. Yeah, that's deserved. Bro, they just keep dying. Okay, I think they were here. Yeah, they are here. There you go. We reached them, but it's over. Great game. Curious what appeals to you to play from software games? Well, initially, Tuggy, like, that question mostly applied to Dark Souls 3. I felt like Dark Souls 3 had some real, like, competitive potential and was very, like, skill-oriented. Like, Dark Souls 3 had a lot of good qualities, like, you could creatively like express yourself through skill a lot. And you know, I developed a skill set toward these games, developed a channel for these games. And so right now, playing Elden Ring today, it's mostly because I want to foster that skill that I got over time and the channel that I developed over time. And so I'm not that interested in Elden Ring anymore, but I need to stay on the ride for the next thing. Otherwise, you're gonna miss the boat and you're gonna have to start from a further place, basically. And in the meantime, you know, it's not like playing Elden Ring is that painful. You know, I still get paid doing that. Even if it's a modest amount. It's well worth the time, honestly. If you fucking got your jump, I would have hit you. I love how he was out of range. Are we gonna go in the lava? Oh my fucking god, dude. Fuck. You don't see this in Dark Souls 3? Yeah, you don't. To be fair, you don't. See, Holy makes wonders. That Crushers can't? Yeah, it's all in the spirit. I feel like we got some weird timeout there. Interesting. People don't play this game to have a hard experience, in your opinion. It's a power fantasy game. I think you're right, Zenos. It used to be it used to be played for the challenge, but I don't think it's the case with Elden Ring anymore. Like you said, I think we went from a fair challenging experience to a power fantasy. I think like we made the switch. Not really sure I'm doing a good thing by going up there, but well. It's more fun to kill him that way than Oh my god, we almost had him too the same way. Like staggered R2s, dude. Insane. Not even the challenge runs are interesting. Well, I mean, Gino, if you knew Gino from Dark Souls 3, like, he made a killing with Elden Ring. Like, He basically kick-started his career with Elden Ring. You know what I mean? I think here it's gonna be better if I do that. Oh, my fucking monitor turned off. Amazing, dude. Wow. I don't even know what's going on. My screen is still off. I can't see anything. Okay, now I can see. Sorry. Insane. Thanks for not attacking. I think it might be better to do that. No signal here too? Okay, well. Sometimes it doesn't show on the screen when I get a black screen, but I guess it did this time. Maybe when the black screen like takes a long time, it doesn't. I really need to buy some fucking replacement cables, man. Seriously. Surprised I only got one black screen. Usually when I get a black screen, I get a bunch of them in a succession. And it never stops until I, like, unplug all the cables and plug them back. So if it happens again, I'm gonna have to do that. Oh boy. There you go. At least we had time to block them. Imagine, like, fucking sitting there just to wait to do that. Like, that's crazy. By the way, he's there every stream. That dude is there every single stream to do that. Crazy. Oh, and then that's the guy who DC'd again. Alright. Oh, we got a teammate. Good thing teammate was there. I started attacking because I thought they were going to separate. One was going to go on this guy, but he's not even there. The mental cases are out tonight. Yep, they are. Buff stripping was a mistake. Yeah, I've always been complaining about that. It's another clueless from software move. In a game that's built around buffs, like having a buff advantage means everything in this game. Alright guys, I'm gonna do a last one before I head off. There's too many griefers tonight. It's not really not really worth it to stay around. Where are we here? Let's try to respawn. Oh, good respawn though. It would have taken forever to get back up here. It ate my input. Interesting play. Gonna make sure blue isn't too close. I think we're gonna do that. Alright. let's call it here for today, guys. Short stream, but you know, with the griefers and the cheaters, it's doesn't make me want to play all that much, honestly. I'll just do the minimum for today. Alright, guys. Thanks everyone for coming by again. Really appreciate it. Take it easy, guys. Let's see who's on right now. Okay, we got Swoosh, we got Swoosh, and it's gonna be Swoosh Raid. Alright. Alright, take care, guys.